am Kaplan America, and I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today is June 14th. Today is the day we celebrate Flag Day, because in June 14th, in 1777, the American flag in its original form was incorporated as our symbol of our nation. God bless America, and God bless the American flag. In 1923, the word flag was added to our Pledge of Allegiance. And in 1944, under threat of communist overtake, President Eisenhower added "under God." Today is also another very significant birthday for our country. It is the birthday of the U.S. Army. On June 14th in 1775, the year before we won our freedom in the War of Independence against Great Britain, we also celebrate the U.S. Army birthday on this date, as the Congress adopted the American Continental Army on this day. The flag, as Kaplan America and as a true patriot of our country, it means a lot to me. My father was in the U.S. Army. My uncle fought in Vietnam. And there are flags all over our property. In fact, there's one on my very shirt. And show them the colors on my back here. The colors that I have: Kaplan America, and the number 1 with the American flag in it. And our city, Rockville, represents, in my opinion, I think America is one of the greatest countries in the whole world. Betsy Ross was credited for originally sewing the first American flag that was delivered to Congress and adopted as our American symbol of pride, power, justice, and perseverance. But not many people know that the current American flag with the 50 stars on it was actually made by a high school student, a 17-year-old kid, who turned it in as part of a project. His teacher gave him a B-. They were competing in a contest that Congress had done, asking the students to make an American flag. So he sent it to the U.S. Congress, and this was right before Hawaii was inducted as the 50th state. And that's why there's 50 stars. His flag has now been our American flag for many years, and his teacher did upgrade his grade to an A+ from a B-. So I think she was a little bit off on her current grading, but it's pretty awesome to know that a 17-year-old kid designed this. Our flag is a symbol of strength, justice, perseverance, and vigilance. Some very powerful spiritual characters, and many people have given their very life for this flag. I've been watching videos on YouTube lately of D-Day and how the guys came up on the boats and dropped the ramps, and many of them died in battle. So many people have died for our country, defending our country. It's the least we can do as a patriot to defend our flag. A patriot is someone who vigorously supports their countries and will defend it against people that are trying to detract from it. A patriot will defend against enemies. There's a Latin word, patriot, with an ending in an E, and it means of one's father or one's father's land. And we're standing on sacred soil right here. This soil is on the United States and the state of Connecticut State Historic Parks Office, in the National Historic Parks Office as a historic site. This building was built with the American flag on the side of it. It was built in 1814, and 4 presidents' suits for the inauguration of our president were made in this very building. The 1897 suit of William B. McKinley, the 1905 suit of President Roosevelt was actually made in this building. So it's an awesome place, and I never went to war. I never served our country with the Army, but I'm doing my part here right in Rockville by upholding a very high standard for our section of the city, as far as there's no graffiti, there's no drug dealers on the street, thievery and vandalism is not tolerated. We are vigilante patriots here in Rockville. Come on inside. I'll show you a couple of articles from the newspaper that describe what we've been doing here. So I didn't fight for our country in the Army or the Marines, which I regret not doing, but I've done my part for our country, and I've got an award from the Senator Tony Guglielmo and State Representative Claire Janowski and Tim Acker for taking on the enormous effort of restoring a 200-year-old historic mill and making it a world-class destination and a hotspot for motorcycle enthusiasts. Additionally, for energizing a renewed interest in Rockville by founding and leading the Rockville Volunteer Services Group. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. So we've got a one from the mayor, we've got one from the chief, we've got one from the town council, one from the Chamber of Commerce. So we're also on the front page of the Connecticut Magazine. So I work my butt off here. I work 96 hours a week, and I pay my fair share of taxes and do everything right. Everything's done by the book here. The newspaper also did give us some recognition for Local Man's Goal of Graffiti and Trash Free Rockville, what we did on the anti-graffiti campaign. And I wasn't in the Army, but I assembled an army of volunteers, continued to clean up Rockville. Over 300 people. We're doing our part here. And that's what it means to be a patriot. Maybe you can't be in the Army. Maybe you're physically disabled. Maybe you're too old. Maybe whatever, you've got kids, you can't go, but you can serve your country right here, just like Betsy Ross did making the flag, or like that 17-year-old kid. A true being a patriot's in your heart. That's why when you do the Pledge of Allegiance, you're supposed to have your hand over your heart, or you're supposed to salute if you're in uniform. I'm in uniform now. This is my Kaplan American uniform, and I represent the New England Motorcycle Museum in Rockville, Connecticut, USA. And in every video, I mean it from my heart. God bless America.